Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the NerdyGamerNerd of the League of Angry Gentlemen, and today we're going to be taking a quick and brief look at the Steam port of Castle Crashers. Now, I know that this game is awesome, so this review shouldn't really take that long, because all we're going to be looking at is the port itself and not the actual game. Although we will be going to look at how the game has been ported, so of course. So first, as with any good port, we want to check the options menu, and as you can see, the health and options, obviously we have to go inside, but right now we only have 3 things, and one of them is a credits menu. So there's only 2 things, which is tell you how to play, which gives you the combos in the game, and that is about it. So the only real settings menu is in the settings, and we'll have to check that now. But firstly, I'd like to point out that right now, to control going in and out, you can use enter, but the only way to get out is to press the B key, as you're meant to use A and B as if you were using a controller. The game does suggest you use a controller, but considering this is a PC port, you will want to be using a keyboard and mouse for a lot of people. So firstly, we'll take a look at the settings, and we'll dwell into the keyboard settings. Now the good thing is we do actually have bindable controls, which is of course what we want. That is a good thing. Although, as I did say, we still have the whole A and B thing. We'll take a look at the quick controller settings. These are not changeable, but these are the standard settings from an Xbox 360 controller from the Xbox Live Arcade version. So, there's that. Audio settings, it's just, you know, your audio, nothing else. And game settings. Well, we haven't seen much yet, so everything must be in here. Oh look, there's only 4 things, and one of them is to turn on Go and the other one is to turn on vibration. The only 2 things we can change are actually about the screen. One of them is full screen and one of them is resolution. Now it's of course a great thing that they have resolution, because resolution is quite important for the game looking nice and sharp. But upon saying that, there needs to be a little bit more when it comes to PCs. PCs can be configured a lot more than an Xbox can, by far, whether it's to be better or worse, and therefore games need to be compatible with this settings where you can change it so it can be played on things worse than an Xbox or better. And so they could have did better with the control ports, but since the first day they hadn't actually changed anything. This like little background here, I really like the look of that, so that's pretty cool. But otherwise, let's get into the game and check how the controls work. Now, one little problem I have here is, as you can see, my name is TheNerdyGamerNerd bracket 1. That's a problem because they're actually using the 17. I believe it's 17. The 17 word cap on a name for no reason at all, particularly when they can definitely fit more than that. It should be said that there should be no cap on names. And I understand that they might not be able to fit somebody's silly name on that might be really long, but I have a name that's under 20 letters, and sometimes most caps are actually 21 nowadays. They could fit an extra 3, which means they could fit 20, and I've got under 20, and they've took a D off of my name to put brackets. I know it's just nitpicking, but it's stuff like that that annoys me, because they clearly could have changed it, but they didn't. I think, so looking at it right now as a port, the only thing that they've changed really is that they've given us control setting, like bindable controls, and that's about it. Besides res, the res on like an Xbox is standard. I'm not quite sure what it is. I think it depends on your TV, but the res is standard, so you know. There's that. Okay, so we got, we got these here. We got our standard like magic attack, which I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I can tell you about your magic. Can you? Hold RT, press Y. Good thing I don't know what Y is. Press Y for a splash attack. Oh yeah, that is Y, and then you have to wait till you get level 8. So we'll go up to about, I say we'll do the first mission, maybe get to level 3, so we can check everything and like the combat and how it works. The story is exactly the same. In fact, the way I look at it, they've barely changed anything on the game, which is a little disappointing. This game isn't that new. It's quite old. I believe it came out in 2008, and they haven't done much to change it. I'm a little disappointed there, but what can I say? I guess I just had high expectations for the port since I've been waiting for it for a while. Now, oh yeah, that move's still awesome. Now this doesn't make the game any less awesome in it. Sorry, by no stretch. But it does kind of hinge on how a PC gamer's experience is of the game, because it could be a lot better. Really, you know, PC gaming is sort of becoming the way forward, at least in my opinion. It's definitely, but you know, others would disagree, so I can't sincerely say, oh, it's definitely the way forward. But it's got its good things. It's a little expensive, but over time you're gonna spend more time on a PC that you can spend. You know, you can have a PC for a lot longer than you can an Xbox. The internet, like things like the internet, is well, hopefully gonna be forever. But so there's that. Otherwise, yeah, it would seem smart to now like to cater to the PC audience, because as I just said, PC gaming it's definitely evolved by quite a lot, you know, and really, considering this game was a project from Newgrounds.com, a site from the internet, which means you needed a PC to know about it. It was just a little strange that they didn't do it on the PC first. Now, of course, I'm not complaining. At the time I was an Xbox gamer, so, and I think almost like the majority of people actually were. Obviously I don't have the facts, but you know, it clearly seemed that way, and that's why they released it on Xbox first. And I'm glad they released it on Xbox, otherwise I probably wouldn't have played it. But the point being that, the point I'm trying to nail here is that in this day and age, PC gaming needs to be catered to a lot more, particularly obviously for ports, because when they're saying, oh, this game's been out for a while, it might have been out for like a year or so, they're like, oh, we're gonna port it to PC now so that you PC gamers can play it. It's like, oh, that's cool. What's gonna be different? Like, what since we've had to wait longer, what's gonna be the choices we get to make that give us like a little bit more gratitude? It's like, oh, nothing. Occasionally it might be mod support, but otherwise there really isn't that much. So that's a little sad. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to get in, try and get to level 3 or something, so I can AA. You see, game, if I knew what A was, I'd be cool. But the problem is, when we bind the keys, it just said light and heavy, not A or B or any kind of thing like that. So there's a big problem there, because I don't know what AA is. I've always been able to do that, and I've always been able to do that. I have no idea what A is, because the A key itself is actually to use an item. So I don't bloody know for the life of me. And I haven't changed my controls, these were the standard ones. So, you know, I am confused. But I digress, let's just get on with it. I'm not blocking much or anything, I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to get through and level up so that I can bloody get to level 3 and show you the second magic attack. Not because I have to, but because, of course, obviously I want to test the combat as well, but I want to test the magic. I mean, I've been able to XXX, so D is X. That would make Y S. Like I said, I'm just trying to test the combat fully. And of course, I might as well play through a little bit. Be a little bit more entertaining, right? No, I want my lollipop. It's got nice agility. Speaking of nice agility, where is the bow? Let's quickly take a look at that. I'm sure the settings are here somewhere. The bow. We have C to ring bell, control to block, X and Z and C to eat. We don't have a bow. I thought everyone started with a bow. It was to my knowledge that we all started with a bow. Do we not? Am I just thinking that we did? Am I an idiot? Is that it? I'm pretty confused. Let's have a look. Well, Q and E don't do anything. So what we'll have to do is just go on as if we had a bow. Saying that we don't. I genuinely don't remember if we get that. I always thought we did. See, this dude has a bow. And he's also kicking my ass with it. How am I meant to hurt this guy? Game, come on. Alright, alright. See? I need a freaking bow. Give me my goddamn bow. I will shine rainbows upon you. And I died. That's not cool. Not cool at all. And I haven't got a bow. I do actually have to unlock it. I forgot about that. Alright, well, I guess, nah, forget out the magic. I don't want to exit the game. I want to go back to the main menu. Whatever, we'll just exit here, bloody hell. So anyway, as for a port, I'm going to have to give it a rating to say, like, I want to give it a rating rather. And that rating for a port wise out of 5, I'm going to give it a 3. That's because, well, I'm giving it a 3 because I'm giving it leeway to the point of, as the game plays, it would play like a standard, like maybe a flash fighting game or something, which isn't necessarily a problem, you know, control wise. But when navigating like the home page, it could be confusing for those who just don't. It's not really confusing, but for a second there you might be like, oh, why the hell can't I do something? Or we don't have lots of settings to change, you know, as we should. So it's kind of disappointing. I'm giving it halfway because as the port feels, it's still got the right feel to it, you know. It's not like we definitely need a controller to play this game, although, you know, like the difference between a like playing on a controller and playing on a keyboard at this point is a controller might feel better. So we'll give it a 3. 3 out of 5. Although I would be hesitant to give it a 3 in more situations, I'd say maybe 2.5. I'm gonna stick with a 3 because enjoyment wise, like, as you're gonna be playing the game, you're just gonna get into it and just feel it and enjoy it with your friends, and it's not gonna feel as bad, but it's definitely not a great port. It could be improved. So the bindable control options, that's good. That's what we need, but it could use more. It definitely could use more. So anyway, guys, I've been the NerdyGamerNerd from the League of Angry Gentlemen, and yeah, this has been Castle Crashers. Still thinking of a signature to sign off with, but until then, guys, see you later.